This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, it is very much appreciated. I hope you are all keeping well here on this Thursday evening. We're going to try and nail down another Classic Watch 26 possible ahead of the Japanese 1000 Guineas this coming weekend in this video. But before we do that, as always, I do like to mention my Patreon channel when I do a video on YouTube. Newman Racing, it's called. Plenty of variety of content on there. There's some paid content on there. There's plenty of free content on there as well. And there is resources as well that people can download. The occasional resource spreadsheets, things like that. Maybe pedigree notes that I've taken from races, that sort of thing. It's also where you will find the yearly reviews where we look at all the horses and we find out which ones we're going to follow the next year, which ones we're gonna dump, that sort of thing. And also all the national hunt racing is on Patreon as well these days. So why not head over to Newman Racing on Patreon? You never know, it might be for you. This video, though, is all about another Classic Watch 26 possible. Where can people find these Classic Watch horses? Well, they can be found at classicwatch26.great/site.net is where this year's incarnation of Classic Watch can be found. People will see that the three Southern Hemisphere theatres are already on there: Australia, New Zealand and South Africa, together with the Roll of Honour, which is definitely a work in progress. There's no horses from Europe on here, no horses from the US, no horses from Japan, things like that. Plenty of more horses to come, it's safe to say, on the Roll of Honour. But it is underway, and the site has already taken out 4 classics, courtesy of 3 different horses: Ollie's Answer, Observer and Green Spaces, out in Australia. So keep track of them throughout the season. classicwatch26.great/site.net. Just bookmark it. Check it before every classic, and you never know, there might be some different horses on it than what there was last time you looked at it. One of them could well be this horse. Star Anise is the horse in question, a filly, sired by Dreyfong out of a dam called Epice Aroma, who herself was sired by Daiwa Major. This horse is owned by Katsumi Yoshida and trained by Tomokazu Takano and bred by Northern Farm. Currently, Star Anise has earned 84.77 million yen in her 2-year-old career. And you'll see there her major win was in the Group 1 Hanshin Juvenile Fillies of 2025 at 2. Yes, this is a Group 1 winning 2-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see there that the horse is also declared for the Japanese 1000 Guineas on Sunday. Form of the horse has had 4 starts and 2 victories and 1 second. 3 out of 4 starts in the first 2, and winning 2 of her 4 starts. People take a look at her form. She's one that sadly never got off the mark on debut. She managed to get beat at Kokura on the 29th of June 2025. But she then made no mistake on this next start after. Back at Kokura on the 12th of July, winning her maiden when only going off the 4th favourite. That was over 6 furlongs. She was then up to 7 furlongs for the first time in her career to contest the Group 3 Chukyo Nisai Stakes, a race held on the 31st of August 2025, where despite going off favourite, she could only finish second, sadly. But then it was up to a mile, 1,600 metres for the first time on the 14th of December 2025, where she went off second favourite for the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies and managed to get the job done, securing her first pattern race victory at the highest level when ridden, as she has been by all 4 of her starts, by Kei Matsuyama. So this horse has never seen a foreign jockey. Star Anise has always had a Japanese pilot in every single one of her starts. The ground has been good on every start, and you'll see there that she's raced over a variety of trips: 6 furlongs, 7 furlongs, and 1 mile so far. in her first 4 starts at 2-year-old. Connections have been quite brave, haven't they? They've decided, rather like the other horse I'm following in the Colts, Cavalarizo, they've decided to go to the Guineas on the back of no run at all this season. So it'll be interesting to see if the Group 1 winning form at 2 and the fillies stands up in the Oka Show, the Japanese 1,000 Guineas, this coming weekend. You'll see there that the Net Khyber report that Star Anise is perfectly conditioned for the Group 1 after a layoff. Trainer Takano targets his first classic success. So good luck to him and the filly, Star Anise. I know people like to have a look at these things on the Racing Post, so we can do that now. You'll see that the Star Racing Post has at least rated Star Anise, and they've only missed one of her runs. They missed the time she actually won a maiden, but they rated the win in the Hampshire Juvenile Fillies a Racing Post rating of 111, where she defeated Garavogue by a length and a quarter in a race we will look at later on in the video. So yeah, at least the Racing Post rating is there for this one, 111, heading into the Oka Show, which is a fair rating, I think, for an overseas 2-year-old. Be interesting to see where these fillies will all rate at the end of the season around all the theatres. I do like to look at those sort of things. But yeah, so the Racing Post has a bit of information on Star Anise. Pedigree Online Thoroughbred Database, they will see there that it's all up to date on there. 84,768,000 yen. And the win is also there in the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies. And the second is also there in the Chukyo Nisai. You'll see that Star Anise is dam line number 14. And that is the bit we're interested in this video. So the Pedigree Online Database, always very good for that. Pedigree Online Thoroughbred Database tells you the dam side. So does Net Khyber, funnily enough. People click on the pedigree section of Net Khyber. I'll just show you how to spot that there. If you are that way inclined, you'll see there it is there at 14. You won't see nothing like that on the Racing Post or anything like that. You know, the Racing Post isn't there to help you, is what I'm saying. All right, what we're going to do in this horse, normally, in the usual fashion, we're going to take a look at the first 5 dams of the horse, all the way back to Bold Lady, who was born in the same year as me. We're going to take a look at any interesting horses that we find along the way. And then we're going to watch Star Anise win the Group 1 Hanshin Juvenile Fillies over a mile, over the same course and distance maybe as the Fillies Classic, which is always handy. It's worth noting that the Colt Skin is over 1,200 metres, just a bit further. Not 1,200 metres, 1 mile and 2 furlongs, 2,000 metres, my mistake. 1,200 metres is, of course, 6 furlongs. But yeah, Star Anise, interesting contender, I think. So let's get cracking. Before we even look at the dam of this horse, it's worth checking out this horse, I think. Balsam Note, a horse born in 2020, sired by Maurice out of Epic Aromi. So this is a half-brother to our Group 1 winning filly. Balsam Note raced 13 times in his career so far, 4 wins, a second and a third. 6 out of 13 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of 64,056,000 yen. This horse has got the odd piece of black type form, you'll see. At 3, the horse won the Shirayuri Stakes, a listed race of 2023. And the horse also won the Hamamatsu Stakes, a conditions race at Chukyo. So and at 4 in 2024, the horse has won the Toki Stakes at Niigata. So dual listed winner, it's fair to say, this horse. Balsam Note, half-brother to our horse. Take a look at the dam now. Epichi Aromi, a mare born in 2009, sired by Daiwa Major out of an American-bred mare called Ratafia, who herself was sired by Cosine. Epichi Aromi raced 22 times on the track herself, 4 wins, 4 seconds and 2 thirds. 10 out of 22 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of 211,016,000 yen. So this horse didn't do too bad at all in her 22 race career. You'll see at 2, she managed to win the Group 3 Kokura Nisai of 2011. At 3, she won the Group 2 Centaur Stakes at Hanshin. She was placed in the Tulip Show and the Kitakyushu Kinen. At 4, the horse won the Fuji High Opal Stakes which I think is just a conditions race now at T. Japan 3, I think that is not a pattern race. And at 5, the horse was placed in another 3 pattern races, the CBC Show, the Yodo Tankiori Stakes, and the Centaur again, a race she won at 3. So, yeah, very interesting horse, Epiche Aromi, Group 2 and Group 3 winner. Doesn't seem to be any Group 1 placed form in her runs. But, yeah, we've got a decent pattern race winning first dam for our horse, which is always a bonus. Owned and bred by Katsumi Yoshida and Northern Farm, the same as Star Anise. Second dam of the horse, Ratafia, a mare born in 1999, sired by Cosine out of Sakura Fabulous. You'll see there, Ratafia, decent enough career on the track, 26 starts in her career, 5 wins, a second and 4 thirds, 10 out of 26 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 74,914,000 Japanese yen. She was sent to Japan, owned by the Sunday Racing Company Limited and bred by Katsumi Yoshida. No pattern race form of note, but she did prove her durability racing 26 times in her career. The next dam we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at a horse first. I found this horse here, Capote Star. A horse born in 2009, sired by Heart's Cry out of Sabiari, an American mare who was sired by Capote. You'll see that Sakura Fabulous is the second dam of this horse as well. Capote Star raced 15 times in his career, 4 wins, 3 seconds and a third, 8 out of 15 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 120,983,000 yen. Another solid horse. Managed to win the Group 2 Nikkei Shinshinhai at its best in 2013. And the horse was also placed second in the Nikkei show as well. Another Group 2 race the same year. Very interesting horse over 1.5 miles. Yeah, so Capote Star did his bit without any shadow of a doubt. The third dam of the horse, Sakura Fabulous, a mare born in 1990. Sired by Fabulous Dancer, an American-bred stallion out of Lola, a French-bred mare. So we're on the third nation at the moment. Lola was sired by Saint Cyrien. Sakura Fabulous raced 17 times in her career without ever winning. Placed second twice and third 3 times. 5 out of 17 placed second or third in her career for 24,849 French francs when she was going round. Owned by Enshaku Zen and bred as well by then. Raced in France and then went as a broodmare to the US, the British bred mare. Actually, Sakura Fabulous. But yeah, so this really is the worst one we've seen on the track, it's fair to say. But again, a little clue, Sakura Laurel. A horse born in 1991, sired by Rainbow Quest out of Lola. So this is a half-brother to the third dam of our horse. Sakura Laurel raced 22 times in his career, 9 wins, 5 seconds and 4 thirds. 18 out of 22 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 626,991,000 Japanese yen. A prolific yen earner, this horse. Managed to win some pattern races, you'll see. At 4, the horse won the Nikkan Sports Show Kinpai of 1995. And at 5, the horse was a Group 1 winner, winning the spring version of the Tenno Show of 1996. The horse also won the Group 1 Arima Kinen the same year, and the Group 2 Nakayama Kinen, and the Sankei Show All-Comers. So it really did rinse racing that year, didn't it? Horse improved with age, it's safe to say. And at 6, the horse was second in another Group 1 Tenno show. That's why I'm loath to write any of my Japanese horses off when I see horses like this. You know, they only get going at 4, 5 and 6, some of them. This was a fantastic horse at 5. The 1996 JRA Award for the Horse of the Year and Best Older Coulter Horse. And you have to say that winning those races absolutely deserved it. The horse entered stud between 1998 and 2004 at Shinzoi Stallion Station. Then between 2005 and 2009, the horse went to Arrow Stud. And then it ended its career at Shin Hidaka at Shinwa Bakuju at 2010 and 2012. The horse was sadly pensioned in Shinwa Bakuju before dying of old age in 2020 at Shinwa Bakuju. What a fantastic horse. And through the dam sire of this sire in Japan here, KT Brave, courtesy of Aryan Pedigrees, we can see that Sakura Laurel is the dam sire of this stallion here. So we can see that Sakura Laurel is in fact sired 5 individual stakes winners. The numbers are wrong, so I'm not going to read them out. These are the up-to-date figures for Sakura Laurel off the JBIS website. You'll see that is actually correct. 5 stakes winners, 2 individual Group 2 winners. Sire of the 23 Sankei Sports Show Flora and the Copa Republic of Argentina, Shinko Ruby and the Sakura Century. Also sired a Group 3 winner as well, Roman Empire. If you look at the statistics, though, like you can on this site, jbis.jp, it's a good site for old stallions. It's not like Aryan. As soon as they die, they take them off Aryan. You know, but this one leaves them up, and people can really track how they got on. The horse sired some big crops, look, 111 and 117 on the back of that 5-year-old campaign. But then slowly but surely, it dwindled away. The support for him dwindled away. I suppose he only did sire 5 stakes winners, didn't he? Really? Yeah, he had his chance. You'll see there that he had 1,000 starts in 2003 over them seasons. And the winners just weren't there. Sadly, that was his best years, the 3rd year and the 4th year on track. Yeah, very interesting horse. You'll see there. They had 509 started. They raced 13,000 times between them. 331 winners. Won 1,408 races. 59 2-year-old winners. And 72-year-old winners, is that, yeah? And 59 2-year-olds won 72-year-old races. That's right. And the earnings over career of just over 4 billion yen and less than 0.82. Interesting stallion, but it's safe to say that it didn't really do it, did it? Very interesting horse, though, without any shadow of a doubt. What a year the horse had at 5. Lola, the 4th dam of our horse, Star Anise. French-bred horse, as we know. Lola, born in 1985. Sired by Saint Cyrian out of Bold Lady, an Irish-bred mare who was sired by Bold Lad. Lola raced 6 times in her career, 1 win and 1 third. That's all it tells us. Doesn't tell us anything about prize money. The horse was bred by M.R. Aids. And as we know, Dam of Horse of the Year, Sakura Laurel. She did her bit breeding that horse without any shadow of a doubt. And then I found another interesting horse out in Japan, Time Paradox. A horse born in 1998, sired by Brian's Time out of Jolly Zaza. You'll see there that Bold Lady is in fact the 2nd dam of this horse. Jolly Zaza sired by Alzeo. Time Paradox raced 50 times in his career, 16 wins, 7 seconds and 8 thirds. 31 out of 50 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of 977,865,000 yen. What a horse. An incredible career this horse had. Time Paradox at ages 6, 7 and 8. Bred by Shiroi Farm and owned by Shadow Race. At 6, the horse won the Japan Cup Dirt Cup. That's a Japanese Group 1 race. These are NAR races, a lot of these, at Tokyo. The horse also won the Japanese Grade 2 Breeders' Gold Cup, a race held at Asahikawa. The horse also won the Grade 3 High-End Stakes at Kyoto. The horse also won the Grade 3 Antares Stakes at Kyoto. And the horse also won the Grade 3 Hakusan Daishoten, a race held at Kawasaki. What a year. And at 7, the horse was back for more, winning the JBC Classic and the Kawasaki Kinen and the Teo Show, a race held at Ohi, Kawasaki and Nagoya respectively. And at 8, the horse came back and won another JBC Classic at Kawasaki on the dirt. I mean, what a horse this was. It awarded the 2005 NAR Grand Prix Special Award. The horse entered stud in 2007 at Big Red Farm in Nikapu at Hokkaido. And it is impossible to say that the horse didn't deserve it. 50 years, 50 races in his career, the entire, managing to win 16 of them. You see, if people look at his record, this is where the JBS comes in, so handy. You'll see again, this horse only sired the 2 individual listed winners. The horse sired Sortie, the winner of the 2016 Satikama High, and Tokay Tiger, the winner of the 2017 Kakitsubata Kinen. That's a good one, isn't it? So only 2 individual listed winners sired by Time Paradox. Must obviously took it all out of him on the track. But again, very popular for a couple of years. He received 100 mares in 2007. And in 2013, something must have happened in the family because he received another 107. Then, a very interesting horse, always quite solidly supported till he stopped siring in 2018. Very interesting horse. 560 registrations overall, 512 starters, 382 winners, 77 were placed, which was 4 billion, and 151 2-year-old winners overall. You see, overall, we didn't really ever hit the pattern race heights they were hoping. And despite, again, having nearly 1,500 starts in a few years, only 72 winners, less than 10%. And again, this horse, 0.72, less than 1 overall. His best year on the track was 2015, so that was his best crop. Must have had some sort of a fee increase or something. So that was when even the 2013 crop would have been born, his biggest. Interesting to see that. Don't know what happened. But Time Paradox, sire of 2 individual stakes winners. Worth taking a look at this horse here, Paper Moon as well. A mare born in 1981, sired by Troy out of Bold Lady. You see, this horse again is a half-sister to the 4th dam of our horse. Paper Moon raced 9 times in her career, 1 win, 1 second and 2 thirds. 4 out of 9 in the first 3, for career earnings of €30,528. This one raced in France, managed to win the listed Prix de Belfield of 1984 and was also 3rd in the Prix de Strasbourg as well. She bred a Group 1 winner, Gen 2. So directly, because Paper Moon is the 3rd dam of this horse. Gen 2, a gelding, born in 2004, sired by Loup Solitaire out of Jenny. Loup Solitaire, good old-fashioned Wertheimer stallion. No, not Wertheimer, the other lot. Dayton Investments. Can't remember the name of him now. He died, didn't he? Wildenstein, sorry, my mistake. Sired by Ifni, the dam, who herself was sired by Baring. Gen 2 raced 49 times in his career, 10 wins, 12 seconds and 5 thirds, 27 out of 49 starts in the first 3, the gelding, for career earnings of £451,156 UK pounds in his career. Gen 2 is a classic winner, actually. In 2010, he had a very good year. He won the French St. Leger, the Prix Royal Oak, and he also won another Group 1, the Prix du Cadran of 2010, as well as winning the Group 3 Prix de Gladiateur as well. So Group 1 and dual Group 3 winner, French stayer in 2010, owned by Thierry Grandsire and bred by Jean-Claude Serrault. Seems not impossible to think that Star Anise is going to stay further, is it? The next one we need to take a look at really is this horse here, Time Flyer. A horse born in 2015, sired by Heart's Cry out of Time Travelling. A Japanese mare sired by Brian's Time. You'll see, this is another one out of Jolly Zaza. Time Flyer raced 30 times in his career, 5 wins, 3 seconds and a third. For 8 out of 30 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 1,907,000 Japanese yen. Now that's wrong, isn't it? $1,907,000 dollars. They put it as. But this horse, it's a terrible job. This horse is a Japanese Group 1 winner. Why they put it in dollars, I will never know. The horse that won the Group 1 Hopeful Stakes of 2017. The horse also won the listed Haji Stakes at Kyoto. And at 6, the horse came back and won the Group 3 Elm Stakes, a race held at Sapporo. And at 5, the horse won a listed race on the dirt as well, the Marine Stakes held at Hakodate. So Group 1, Group 3 and listed winner out in Japan, Time Flyer, excuse me, for owners Sunday Racing Company Limited and bred by Oiwaki Farm. Never went to stud though, I did look. Bold Lady, the 5th dam of our horse, and mare born in 1974. Bold Lady sired by Bold Lad out of a dam called Tredam, a British bred mare who was sired out of High Treason. Bold Lady raced 16 times in her career, 3 wins, 4 seconds and 3 thirds, 10 out of 16 starts in the first 3. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us how much prize money that she won, but we can see that she was second in the Prix de la Seine. At some point in her career, she was placed in a pattern race owned by Mademoiselle Raymond Aids and bred by Raymond Aids as well. Very good horse, Bold Lady, the 5th dam, second place in a listed race. And it was then that I noticed that things got very interesting. Because I noticed that, hang on, I think there might be someone at the door. That's the door's going, I think. Hang on a second. Hello, everybody. Yeah, just my neighbour living their life. I thought they were banging on my door, but they weren't. Yeah, it was like I said, it was then I noticed that things got very interesting when I headed to the Wayback Machine and looked at bloodlines.net via it. Unfortunately, bloodlines.net, still no sign of it being back online. I noticed that Bold Lady, the dam of Bold Lady, Tredam and Damasi, 1966 and 1953. This is the same line as Featherquest. You know, through this horse here, Lady Berry. You know, I've followed no end of these recently. Still following them to this day. The horse we did Elastic the other day was a Featherquest horse. You know, I'm always looking to get as many of them on side as possible. Moss Rose, the dam, and there's Tredam down there. Let's say we missed the entire Featherquest section out. You know, but they're all there. You know, but we've covered them in videos before, so luckily we can take a look at some of these though. Before we do that, I think what I can do is look at Lady Berry, a mare born in 1970, sired by Violon Dongres, a French-bred stallion out of a dam called Moss Rose, who was born in 1963. And you'll see that Damasi is the dam of that horse, and the second dam. We're just missing a bit of Tredam. Lady Berry raced 8 times in her career and won 6 races for earnings of 756,470 French francs in her career. And she's another French Classic winner. She won the Prix Royal Oak at Longchamp in her career. She also won the Group 3 Prix de Pomont. She's another one that won the listed Prix de Strasbourg. We've seen that one pop up a few times. The second time, sorry. And the listed Prix de la Tunier at Longchamp. Yeah, she sadly died in 1996. But yeah, owned by the Rothschilds and bred by the Rothschilds. I never knew that. But yeah, this is a very good horse, without any shadow of a doubt, with what human beings, so to say. But they have no control over things like that, these poor horses. But so very interesting to see that. So with that leading us on to Featherquest, you know, I don't really need to discuss many of the Featherquest horses in this video. All I can do is stick one of my famous YouTube cards in the video to save us all a bit of time. And people can just go and watch the video on Let's See, which I think was the first Featherquest horse that we did. And I will include a card to her in this video, the foray winner from a few years back now. And then we can just skip on over the entire Featherquest line. We'll look at Featherquest though herself. Featherquest is an important mare, I think. A mare born in 1998, sired by Rainbow Quest out of a dam called Feather Hill. We'll see that Lady Berry is in fact the second dam of Featherquest. Featherquest wasn't very good on the track. 15 starts in her career, 1 win, 3 seconds and 5 thirds. 9 out of 15 in the first 3 for career earnings of €44,203 in France. You'll see that there was no pack race company for the pack race form for the Wertheimer Frère owned horse, but just went off on her own thing and bred. They certainly have their money's worth out of her in her future foals, without any shadow of a doubt. Very good horse, Feather Quest. Very good broodmare, it's fair to say. Not a good racehorse, but a credit. Credit to Connections. They've got so many decent horses out of her. It's fair to say that it's worth having a look at. So you see there, like I said, that section there, that's our little section down here, more than our section, the Gen 2 section. But we've managed to find a couple more horses on it. Impossible, really, not to think this horse is going to stay a lot further, isn't it? Yeah, people go back to the profile of Star Anise. You'll see that she's been slowly but surely upped in trip, hasn't she? 6 furlongs, 7 furlongs and a mile. This race is also at a mile. But if she was to prove to be at her best over a lot further, a mile and a half, and even have a couple of ledger winners, haven't we? You know, we wouldn't be surprised. This is the sort of filly I would like to send off, because, you know, even if it doesn't win this race, I can't see how. If it doesn't hold its form, it's going to turn up in an Oaks of some sort. And we've got the other one this year as well, the third leg of the Phillies Triple Crown that we're including for the first time this year on Classic Watch 26 as well. I think it's called the Satsuki Show or something like that. But yeah, there's 3 races for Phillies this year that we're looking at. But yeah, impossible not to say, really, that this filly won't hold her form. So without further ado, let's close down a few tabs to save on some CPU and watch Star Anise win the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies race of 2025, held on the 14th of December, and then it will probably be time to get on with our lives. Yeah, it involves a little bit of class again from me, because the tab takes a while to find it sometimes on the website. You can't see this going on because the website, the module with the race, hasn't been selected to record yet. You know, I've got to do that myself. I have to do that myself every time I look at a Japanese race. The way I do that is just by waffling and then finding the race, hopefully. It doesn't seem to be there yet, does it? There it is. So there, now all we can do is, now we've got the right window open, it's just a matter of watching the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies on the 14th of December and seeing what we think. In English, this one as well.
The 77th running of the Juvenile Fillies. Stand by. They're ready. Off and racing. Early speed out wide from Rose Carrison from Raven. Going forward in the middle is Margot Love Me. In the middle as well, moving forward is Masterpiece. Held up is Star Anise. Going forward, Annalisa, and wider out Lasting Snow. Getting a check there. Star Anise going back through the field. Annalisa along the rail. Then comes Mitsukane Minera. Wider out going on is Taisei Vogue. Even wider out is Shonan Karis. Just inside is in between them and trying to pick up quickly there is Sweet Happiness. As they go up the rise, further back on the inside, losing ground is Annalisa, being passed by Arban. Well back in the run is Lady Goal. Stunning Lady, and the favourite is tailed off last, but is starting to pick up with work to do. Alan Carr now moving quickly through the field, but has a lot to do from way back there. And in front at the moment is From Raven. Leads out at the moment is His Happiness, in fact, From Raven. Just inside, running third is Rose Carris. Back to the wider out, moving on now is Taisei Vogue. Back to the inside is Maple Happy. Also picking up and switching ground back to the inside is Margot Love Me. Taisei Vogue runs on, and Star Anise is the one that's starting to pick up right down the middle of the track. And Alan Carr, with work to do, is storming home late, but really has to make up ground. Star Anise finds the front. Alan Carr's coming late with Taisei Vogue. Star Anise has it. Star Anise from front, and switching back to the inside is Gara Vogue, but Star Anise takes it out. Star Anise, Gara Vogue, Taisei Vogue.
That was an interesting race, wasn't it? A very interesting ride on the favourite, it's fair to say, in that race, Alan Carr, wasn't it? It's fair to say. Lankar could only finish 5th on the day, but was given next to no chance at all on the day. But Star Anise, all they can do is finish up the pieces. Star Anise seeing off Garavogue by 1¼ lengths to win the 2025 Hanshin Juvenile Fillies and land her first pattern race at the highest level, Group 1. I thought she finished off the race strongly there, as befitting a horse that we've seen is related to plenty of horses that are rated over a lot further than her. We've seen a couple of St. Leger winners in the pedigree. We've seen the Horse of the Year winning the Tenno Show and a couple of top-class races as well. Sakura Laurel. I mean, I would be very surprised if this horse Star Anise, especially after just watching that performance for the first time with my own eyes and being able to review this race now, I think I would be very surprised if this horse proved to be a miler, Star Anise. It will be very interesting to see how she goes in the first Japanese Classic of the year, the Japanese 1,000 Guineas, which is this coming weekend. Right, and if she does turn up on that day, then I'm sure that she will appear on Classic Watch 26.great/site.net. But it's impossible not to say that this Group 1 winning 2-year-old over a classic trip doesn't deserve her own Classic Watch Possibles video at this stage. She might not even turn up in a classic. I think she's going to, though. She is entered in this weekend at their preliminary stage. So it just remains to be seen whether she will turn up. Right, I think I can think about leaving this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody who's taken the time to sit and watch this video with me. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I have enjoyed making it. I'm able to give you an opportunity to look at more Classic Watch 26 Possibles, if that's your thing, by leaving a link to the Classic Watch 26 Possibles playlist, which I will do at the end of this video. And I will also leave everybody a chance to subscribe to the channel should they wish. And if they manage their YouTube notifications correctly, then YouTube will let them know every time I upload a video. So you will not miss any more of my content moving forward. You will be able to you'll get a notification saying Paul Newman uploaded this video. And then it is entirely up to you whether you go and watch it or not. But that will find it useful anyway, I think. If you're liking these videos, you don't want to be missing them, do you? It's obvious, really. Do yourself a favour. That would be my advice to you. Before we leave the video, what have we got coming up for this weekend? Usually, like I said, it's the Japanese 1,000 Guineas. It's also the Australian Oaks this weekend in New South Wales before we head out to Victoria and South Australia and Queensland and South Australia for the end, really, of the Australian campaign that finishes on the 31st of July. So we're in the final quarter of the season. And there's also the UK Grand National this week, isn't it? This Saturday. The first day of the meeting was today, Thursday. As I record this video, it was earlier. But for now, I think I will leave this video here. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday tomorrow, and I hope you all have a fantastic upcoming weekend as well. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Look after yourselves and each other. I hope to be back at some point and in some shape or form, either here or on Patreon, with another video in due course. But for now, I will bid you a fond farewell. Take care, everybody, and I hope to be back soon.